Early one Monday morning in Lagos, two best friends, Zara and Mimi, stood at their usual bus stop, waiting for a bus to take them to work. They had known each other since secondary school. They shared almost everything: dreams, struggles, laughter, and even the pain of living from one salary to the next. Zara was beautiful, ambitious, and tired of living in poverty. Every month, her salary disappeared before the month ended. Mimi was also hardworking, but she believed that success came through patience, honesty, and consistency. As they waited, Zara sighed deeply. "My sister, I don't tire for this life. We work every day, yet nothing seems to change." Mimi smiled gently. "Calm down. Better days will come. We just have to keep believing." Before Zara could reply, a shiny black Mercedes G-Wagon slowly pulled up in front of the bus stop. People nearby turned their heads. It wasn't every day a luxury SUV stopped at a crowded bus stop. Zara stared at the car with excitement. "See this motor?" Mimi looked at the vehicle and quietly replied, "Just mind your business." The driver's window slowly rolled down. Inside sat a handsome, well-dressed businessman with a calm smile. His name was Raymond. He looked at the two ladies politely. "Good morning, ladies." "Good morning, sir," they both replied. Raymond smiled. "You've been standing here for a while. Are you waiting for a bus?" "Yes, sir," Zara answered. "I drive through this route every morning. If you don't mind, I can drop both of you at work." Zara's eyes lit up immediately. A free ride in a luxury car? It sounded too good to refuse. But Mimi felt something she couldn't explain. Her heart whispered, "Be careful." Raymond noticed her hesitation. "No pressure," he said calmly. "If you're not comfortable, I completely understand." Zara turned to Mimi. "It's only a ride. We'll get to work faster." Mimi looked at her best friend. She didn't like the idea, but she also didn't want to leave Zara alone with a stranger. After a few moments of silence, Zara opened the front passenger door. Mimi slowly opened the back door. Both of them entered the Mercedes. As the doors closed, neither of them knew that this ordinary Monday morning would become the day their lives changed forever. Early that morning, the black Mercedes G-Wagon drove smoothly through the busy street of Lagos. For Zara, everything felt like a dream. She had never sat inside such a luxurious car before. She looked around in amazement. The soft leather seats, the cool air conditioner, the expensive dashboard. Everything made her imagine a different life. A life without financial struggles. A life of comfort. Raymond smiled as he noticed her excitement. "So, tell me about yourselves." Zara smiled. "My name is Zara. I work in a fashion boutique with my best friend Mimi." Raymond nodded. "That's nice. I respect hardworking women." Mimi remained quiet. She watched Raymond carefully through the rearview mirror. Something about him made her stay alert. Raymond continued the conversation politely. "What are your dreams?" Zara laughed softly. "Honestly, I just want to become successful and stop worrying about money." Raymond smiled. "I like people who dream big." The conversation continued naturally. No pressure, no rude questions, just friendly conversation. Slowly, Zara began to trust him. A few minutes later, instead of driving directly to their office, Raymond pulled into a beautiful cafe. The ladies looked at each other in surprise. Raymond smiled warmly. "We still have time before work. How about breakfast?" "My treat." Zara couldn't believe it. Someone she had just met was buying them breakfast. Mimi spoke quietly. "We don't want to inconvenience you." Raymond laughed gently. "It's no inconvenience at all. Please, come." Inside the cafe, the atmosphere was calm and beautiful. Fresh coffee filled the air. Breakfast was served. For the first time in a long while, Zara forgot about her financial problems. She laughed. She smiled. She felt important. As they talked, Raymond listened more than he spoke. He didn't brag about his money, he simply encouraged them to keep believing in their dreams. That made Zara admire him even more. But while Zara saw kindness, Mimi still saw unanswered questions. Just then, Raymond's phone rang. He looked at the screen. His smile disappeared for a moment. He stood up quietly. "Excuse me. I'll be right back." He walked outside to answer the call. Through the cafe window, Zara watched him with admiration. Mimi watched him with suspicion. Neither of them knew that this phone call was the beginning of a truth that would change everything. Raymond returned with the same calm smile on his face. If the phone call had worried him, he didn't show it. After breakfast, he drove the ladies to their workplace. Before they got out of the car, he smiled. "I enjoyed meeting both of you. I hope we'll see again." Zara smiled happily. "Thank you for everything." Mimi simply nodded. As the Mercedes drove away, Zara kept watching the car until it disappeared. She had no idea that this wouldn't be their last meeting. That evening, work was finally over. Zara and Mimi stepped out of the boutique, tired after a long day. As they walked toward the bus stop, Zara suddenly stopped. Standing beside his black Mercedes was Raymond. He smiled as soon as he saw them. "I was passing by," he said. "I thought I'd check if you got home safely." Zara couldn't hide her excitement. Nobody had ever cared enough to wait for her after work. But Mimi quietly asked herself that evening, after dropping Mimi safely at home. Raymond turned to Zara. Instead of driving straight to her house, he stopped in front of one of the most beautiful restaurants in Lagos. Zara looked around in surprise. She had never been to a place like this before. Everything looked elegant. Everything looked expensive. Raymond smiled. He wasn't trying to impress her with words. He simply wanted her to enjoy the evening. As Zara walked into the restaurant, she couldn't stop smiling. For the first time in her life, she felt like she belonged in a world she had only dreamed about. She didn't notice that little by little, her heart was beginning to trust Raymond. Days turned into weeks. Raymond became a regular part of Zara's life. What started as a simple ride to work slowly became dinners, shopping trips, and thoughtful gifts. The first gift was a beautiful designer handbag. Then came elegant dresses, shoes, a new wristwatch. Before long, people who knew Zara could hardly recognize her. She looked happier, more confident, more glamorous. But while Zara saw love and kindness, Mimi saw warning signs. She wondered why a man who barely knew Zara was spending so much money on her. She wanted answers, but Zara didn't want to listen anymore. And before anyone realized how much time had passed, 3 months later, 3 months passed. Raymond became a regular part of Zara's life. Every morning he picked her up for work. Every weekend he took her to beautiful places around Lagos. Slowly, the simple girl everyone knew began to change. Her wardrobe changed, her phone changed, her handbags became expensive, even her confidence changed. People who had ignored her before now admired her. Some even wished they could live her new life. But while everyone admired Zara, Mimi was becoming more worried every day. One afternoon, the two friends walked through a luxury shopping mall. Raymond had just bought Zara another expensive handbag. Zara smiled happily. "This is so beautiful." "Thank you so much." Raymond smiled. "You deserve beautiful things." Zara looked at him with admiration. To her, Raymond wasn't just a rich man anymore. He had become someone she completely trusted. As they continued walking, Mimi pulled Zara aside. "My sister, I need to talk to you." Zara smiled. "What happened?" Mimi looked into her eyes. "Don't you think all this is happening too fast? You've only known him for a few months. But look at everything he's buying for you." Zara laughed softly. "Mimi, not every rich man is bad. Raymond has never disrespected me. He's only helping me." Mimi shook her head. "I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm only saying, please be careful." Zara sighed. "I've suffered for too long. For the first time, someone actually cares about me. I don't want to overthink everything." Mimi became quiet. She realized Zara was no longer listening. The gifts, the attention, the luxury lifestyle had slowly changed the way Zara saw the world. That evening, as Raymond drove Zara home, she looked out through the window and smiled. She believed her life had finally become perfect. But sometimes, the most dangerous storms arrive after the brightest sunshine. A few days later, someone from Zara's past returned. His name was Toby. Long before Raymond came into Zara's life, Toby had admired her from a distance. He wasn't rich. He didn't drive an expensive car. He was a hard-working young man trying to build a better future. When he heard Zara worked at the boutique, he decided to surprise her with nothing more than a small bouquet of flowers and a sincere heart. Zara smiled politely. She appreciated his kindness. But deep inside, she had changed. The glamorous life she now enjoyed made Toby's simple gestures seem ordinary. Toby didn't compete with Raymond's wealth. He simply hoped Zara would remember the woman she used to be. Sometimes, the greatest love doesn't arrive with luxury, it arrives with honesty. Raymond invited Zara to his penthouse for dinner. Everything looked perfect. The beautiful apartment, the expensive furniture, the breathtaking view of Lagos at night. As Raymond stepped into the kitchen to bring drinks, Zara admired the room. Then, her eyes stopped on a photograph. She picked it up. It showed Raymond standing beside a beautiful woman and a little boy. For a moment, time stood still. Questions rushed through her mind. Who were they? Why had Raymond never mentioned them? Just then, Raymond walked back into the room. The smile on his face disappeared the moment he saw the photograph in Zara's hands. For the first time, silence filled the room. The silence lasted only a few seconds, but to Zara, it felt like forever. She looked at the photograph, then back at Raymond. The questions in her heart no longer needed answers. His face had already told the truth. Raymond took a deep breath. He admitted that the woman in the picture was his wife, and the little boy was his son. He confessed that his marriage had been falling apart for years, but he had never been honest with Zara from the beginning. Zara felt her heart sink. It wasn't just the secret that hurt her. It was the fact that everything had started with a lie. The expensive gifts, the dinners, the attention, none of it could erase the truth. For the first time since they met, Zara realized she didn't really know the man she had trusted. After leaving Raymond's apartment, Zara couldn't stop thinking about the photograph. The man she trusted had hidden the biggest part of his life from her. She felt disappointed, not because Raymond had money, but because he had chosen to build their relationship on a lie. For days, she ignored his calls, she ignored his messages. Her mind was filled with questions. Was any of it real? Or had she simply been living in a beautiful illusion? Meanwhile, Mimi noticed the change in her friend. The laughter was gone. The excitement had disappeared. One evening, Zara finally told Mimi everything. She spoke about the photograph, the wife, the little boy, and the lies. Mimi listened quietly. She didn't say, "I told you so." Instead, she hugged her best friend. Sometimes, a true friend doesn't judge you for your mistakes, they simply help you stand again. As Zara struggled to move on, Raymond's own life was beginning to fall apart. The secrets he had hidden for so long were finally catching up with him. And very soon, everyone would know the truth. Another person's secret. One afternoon, as Zara and Mimi were having lunch at work, breaking news appeared on the television inside the restaurant. People immediately stopped eating. Everyone turned toward the screen. The news reporter spoke calmly. "A well-known Lagos businessman is under investigation for financial crimes involving several companies." A photograph of Raymond appeared on the television. Zara froze. Her heart started beating faster. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. The man she once admired was now standing in front of cameras, surrounded by police officers. People around the restaurant began talking. "Isn't that the businessman that always donates money? I never believed he could be involved in something like this." The richest people don't always tell the whole truth. Zara slowly lowered her head. Tears filled her eyes. At that moment, she finally understood something. A luxurious life can hide painful secrets. Money can buy expensive clothes, it can buy beautiful cars, it can buy luxury houses, but it can never buy peace of mind. Mimi gently held Zara's hand. Without saying a word, Zara began to cry. Not because Raymond had been arrested, but because she realized she'd almost lost herself, chasing a life that was never truly hers. A few weeks later, life became quiet again. The expensive dinners were gone, the luxury shopping stopped, the phone calls stopped. For the first time in months, Zara was alone with her thoughts. One evening, she sat quietly with Mimi outside their apartment. The cool breeze blew across the street. Neither of them spoke for a while. Then Zara broke the silence. "I almost forgot who I was. I was chasing a life that wasn't mine." Mimi smiled gently. "My sister, life is not a race. Everyone has their own time." Those words stayed in Zara's heart. The next morning, she made a decision. She returned every expensive gift Raymond had given her. She wanted to begin again, with peace in her heart. Days later, Zara threw herself into work. She attended fashion training after office hours. She learned how to design clothes. She saved every naira she could. The journey wasn't easy. Some days, she felt like giving up. But this time, she wasn't working to impress anyone. She was working to build her own future. One afternoon, as she closed the boutique after work, she heard a familiar voice. "Zara?" She turned around. It was Toby. He smiled the same genuine smile she remembered. There were no expensive gifts, no luxury cars, just honesty, just respect, just kindness. Toby looked at her and said, "I'm happy to see you smiling again." For the first time in a long time, Zara smiled from her heart, not because someone had bought her something, but because she had found herself again. Sometimes, losing the wrong person is the beginning of finding the right path. 6 months later, the same young woman who once believed happiness could only come through someone else's wealth was now living a completely different life. Every morning, Zara woke up with purpose. She worked hard. She saved faithfully. She never stopped learning. Little by little, her dream became reality. On a bright Saturday morning, a small crowd gathered outside a beautiful new fashion store in Lagos. The signboard read, "Zara Fashion House." As the ribbon was cut, the crowd clapped with excitement. Mimi stood beside Zara with tears of joy. She remembered the days they waited for buses together, the difficult times, the mistakes, and how far they had come. across the street. Toby smiled proudly. He wasn't there because of money. He was there because he truly believed in Zara. After the celebration, Zara stood quietly inside her new shop. She looked around at everything she had built with her own hands. Then she smiled. Not the smile that came from expensive gifts, but the smile that comes from peace, hard work, and self-respect. She finally understood. The real soft life isn't about designer bags, it isn't about luxury cars, it isn't about chasing rich men. The real soft life is sleeping peacefully at night, knowing that everything you have was earned with honesty. Some people choose shortcuts, others choose the longer road. But the longer road often leads to a destination you can truly be proud of. If Zara had one message for every young woman, it would be this: never trade your dreams, your dignity, or your future for temporary comfort. Build your own success. It may take longer, but it will never be taken away from you. And from that day forward, whenever people walked past Zara Fashion House, they didn't see a girl who chased a wealthy man. They saw a woman who found the courage to change her own story. The end.
If this story touches you, don't forget to drop your comment at the comment section, the like, subscribe for more AI stories like this. See you.